Hello, everyone. Good morning. Today, I have a very special guest with me, and I would like to introduce to all of you. You will be amazed to hear her story and whatever she has been through in that All Saints Church bomb blast on 22nd September 2013. Hi, Shadab. How are you?
Hello, Hannah. Thank you for having me. I'm perfectly fine. How are you?
Thank you.
And
Thank you for asking. Tell
I'm
us
very
about
grateful.
yourself.
I am 23. My name is Shadab Zafer, and we are living in Peshawar. And in my family, I have four siblings, two brothers, two sisters, and my mother. We have lost our father in the Austin Church bomb blast. That
I'm
was
so
in
sorry to
2000.
hear that.
Yeah, thank you. But he was a great father. He was a backbone of our family, and he was the only earning hand of our family. But he was gone, and so what was happened at that day was just a normal day for us. But then we got the news that it was the bomb is blasted there in the church, and he being a gospel singer, we all had our plans to go to attend the service, but somehow due to electricity we didn't went there at that day. But he being a gospel singer, and he played harmonium in the church, so it was his responsibility to go to church and before the prayer starts. So he went there, and then we got the news and we rushed towards the church. We search for his, we didn't find him there, so we searched for his body, but but there was we couldn't find him. So we went to the hospital. We searched him for almost like 2 hours in the different wards, but we couldn't find him there as well. So we ended our search in the mortuary, and over there his body was placed on one of the stretcher, covered with blood. He was and the In his forehead it was a ball bearing that is stuck in his forehead, and I think that what causes his death. And people said that he died at the very first blast of that of that there was two bomb blasts actually. There was two bomb blasts, one after another. So he died at the very first bomb blast. Then what happened is that then the funeral has done, and uh, then after the funeral, after 3 months of the blast, we been asked to leave the house, from our family, from our extended family. That was our house where we born and where we spent our almost our childhood. But there was no but our father is not alive, so we've been asked to leave. Then we and in Pakistan you don't have care centers and a support from the government for the such children who lost their father in such tragic incidents. So we decided to rented a house. So we rented a house, and we lived there for almost like 1 year. And but somehow after living there for altogether like almost like 1 year, the household expenses are getting very high, and we are unable to afford the or manage our household expenses. Then we got to know that there was a project going to happen by the church members, and they were asked us to come and live in a place, and they claim to provide us shelter and basic living like food, education. So we came here and started living there, and we are still there till now. And they provided us like food, shelter, and one room actually. And but we are very thankful for them, for their donations, for their support whatsoever they did for us for the last 5 years. We are very thankful seen that hardship, and that's we went through all this. We have seen a very bad childhood, a teenage. We've seen a lot of things that no one can imagine, and explaining it to you is somehow very difficult. It's getting difficult, and this for me, but I don't know how to explain. I don't know that how I explain all these years into words, but yeah, that's it.
I'm so sorry to hear all that, what has happened in that blast. So, God had a plan for you, God had a purpose for you to be saved. That is why today you're here and you're sharing your story. And many who are listening or will be listening, or you will meet them in future in person, they will know what faith has, strong faith has. Pakistani faith has there, and how hard it is for them to manage and live in that environment. So how did you manage with all this hardship? What was the reason behind you're still saved and alive till today?
Um, Living there in a country where you have no father, or like a person who took care yourselves and just to manage all the things, it's very difficult for living without a father in Pakistani country, because but my mother is a prayer fighter. She is strongly in God. We constantly praying for us, for the better days to come, and we, after his death, our faiths are shaken for a period of time, but God has shown us his way, and we strongly in God, because if he take us this long, he will definitely has some good plan for a better plan for us, and he definitely does have these plans, and we strongly believe. We when we went to when we go to our schools, university, or if my mother, she go to the school where she works, so we pray, we constantly praying. When we go to churches, we are still, because the Pakistani faith is, the people, we are seeing discrimination, we are persecuted, but we believe God, that God has some bigger plans for us, and that's what we really strongly believe.
That's right. I had the same environment at home. I'm also, many people know I'm also from Pakistan. We used to pray and read Psalms like Psalm 23, 100, 101, and 121. So that
Yeah,
was our basic protection Psalms, which we used to
yeah.
pray. And then we used to leave the house because we know that we are leaving the house, but we don't know whether we will come back or not. And then in
Mm.
the night before sleeping, we used to pray as a family all together, thanking Lord for another day, another safety, and another protection. And we all are together again. So the
Mm.
life risk is so high, so much. Anywhere in the part of Pakistan you go, it's the same. So it does not matter it's Peshawar or it's Lahore or it's Karachi or it's whatever. The persecution, the discrimination or the security is extremely difficult there. So I understand. I can clearly feel your pain. I understand what you're saying. I hope all the audience who are listening can also feel the same pain, and they can also understand how hard it is to live on your faith. So tell us, Shraddha, what do you want to say in the end to the audience? What is on your heart, or what you want help from anybody who's listening or watching this video?
I request to the people who are going to listen to this video, I request for their prayers. Um, as we are being in situations that is very difficult, so in any aspect of, if they can, they can help us. So I request them to for their help and support, because we are not in the positions to manage our living by our own selves. We are because in that is the cultural difference is very high. We are adults now, but we don't have that much opportunities to support our own selves. So because we don't have that positions, or like we don't have the opportunities to get work very easily. It's very hard to find a job in Pakistan, and for the especially for Christians, for finding a better position, a good position, but in a with a good salary, it's very difficult for us. So because of the discrimination by the majority of the majority community, we are facing a lot of issues. There are very um, low or very less opportunities for us, for the youth especially, because as you know, being a as you live there, you know what we've been called by different names, or what profession we are associated with. So yeah, things are very difficult for us, but as we said, I said earlier, that we are strongly in God, we are praying, so things will get better. And yeah,
Thank you so much,
that's what
Shadab. Thank you for all your testimony. And again, I'm so sorry to hear about your father, and whatever God has purpose, I pray that He can fulfill all your heart's desires. And those who are listening, there are 160 persecuted families still there, and they're looking for sponsors. They need financial support, moral support, prayers. And if you can do anything for these hurting physically, mentally, emotionally, please pray and help them whatever you can. Thank you so much, Adab.
thank
Looking
you so
forward to
much.
meet you in person one day.
I wish. Thank
Bye
you for
for now.
having me. Bye
You're most
bye.
welcome. Bye.